Hey, Paul. So we did round two of working with teams, and today we focused on managing teams and leading our teams and the component skills and approaches that we take to be effective.
No, this is the topic that was so big that we had to do 2 weeks. We had it for 1 week. And then at the end of the first one, we said, there's so much good conversation going on that I think this needs to spill over. And, whenever that happens, you always wonder, are you going to run out of things to talk about, 20 minutes in? And we went over time again. And we're like, we have to stop. So it's a very, very, very top of mind topic for marketing directors and marketing leaders.
Yeah, absolutely. So we were digging into a whole bunch of component skills to what makes a great manager and what do we need to be on top of. So we started by talking about one-on-ones and the time that we spend with our individual employees, how to make that time effective. What does that meeting look like? How do you schedule it? How often do you schedule it? Quite a few different pieces that we dug into there.
Yeah, it's so difficult to even set the time aside for a one-on-one meeting because everybody's running, it's just a busy industry and the marketing department is always very busy, lots to do. So if you're going to set the time aside, the conversations around like how do we actually make it meaningful? And I think your opening question is a stroke of brilliance. And why don't you share it because I think it's a nugget that anyone can deploy right away.
Yeah, sure. I believe one-on-ones should be the employee's agenda, not my agenda. So I always, after the requisite, how are you doing? I always start with what's on your mind.
Yeah.
And just give that nice open space for team members to start talking about, what's important to them, what's exciting them, what's challenging them, and and they'll come in if they know that it's their agenda, they'll come in with a list of things, whether that's from work life or even personal life. We talked a lot today about even how those overlap and the blend and the supportive environment that is important for us to create as managers.
Our core belief, my core belief as an entrepreneur, but also ours as a company, is business is more meaningful when people connect on a human level. And that question, what's on your mind, addresses the human, not like what do you have on your to-do list today, or what project are you thinking most about? What's on your mind? Because that's the human part. We all, like, throughout the day, many different things are on our mind, or if there's something really heavy going on or really, really pressing, and that question is just going to open that up. What's on your mind? I'm really thinking about this, or I'm excited about this, or I just found out this. So I love that. It's because it makes a human connection right out of the gate.
Yeah, and speaking of human connection, one of our participants really talked a lot about how important she felt it was to create an environment where people felt like they could just bring whoever they are and whatever's going on into that environment, whether that's like what was on TV or like something really important happening in their lives. And we talked a little bit about creating a culture of safety. Harvard Business Review has said that psychological safety is the number one thing that impacts whether a team is high performing or not.
Yeah, it's, again, back to the human element. If you feel like you have to play defense, or if you're not sure of you trying something new, or you speaking up about something, if you're not sure if that's going to be a good thing or if it's going to be kind of the death of you at the company, then everyone's going to just be quiet. And when that happens, everybody loses. Everybody.
Fear is a path to mediocrity.
I love that.
Yeah. So we dove into a bunch of other things, of course, like we talked a little bit about feedback. We talked about coaching. I mentioned one of my favorite books, The Coaching Habit by Michael Stanier. Definitely worth a read if you want to better understand great questions that you can ask and how to coach the best out of your team members. And then we finished by talking about fun, like what do we do to create a fun environment, fun culture in our team. So one that brings the best out of everybody.
For sure. That really is the indicator of people having fun together. When you hear laughter in the halls or on the Zoom calls, you can be pretty sure that there's something good going on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So another great session. Always a pleasure to co-host with you, Paul.
Indeed.
And yeah, really treasure this time that we have with some of our marketing leaders. And if you want to join us, I'll make sure that the link to do so is below in the comments, so you can jump on and come hang out with us as we learn and grow together.
Please do.
All right. Well, we'll see you next time, Paul. Thanks as always.
See you later.